our former Attorney General, Marita. Thank you so much for the wonderful work done by every one of you. I stand here first on behalf of the party to thank every single one of you. For the great job done into the December 7 elections. In fact, I'm happy that we are in Kumasi because in this particular region is one of the places where your work was absolutely invaluable. Part of the reason why we were able to do what we did in strongholds of the NPP was again because you were there. Virtually in all critical polling stations, you were there and help across the country as well. So I cannot thank you enough for standing up when it mattered in order to help us achieve what we achieved on December 7, 2024. We thank you immensely. I also want to use the opportunity to commend all of us for having supported His Excellency the President over the last, 8 months in office to start the process of resetting this beautiful nation of ours. I just have a few comments I want to make. One of the first things I want to say is that the good book says righteousness and justice are the foundation of a throne. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. And if it is that we want to achieve a reset, it definitely must be on the foundation of doing what is right and making sure that we bring ultimate justice to our society. We have a nation whose motto is freedom and justice. So effectively, our country aligns with that important belief that righteousness and justice must be the foundation of what we do. We also have a party that principally and essentially was founded on social justice. Today I hear a lot about what a party essentially was for, and our friends who, after the loss of Power 2000, effectively schooled us towards what you call social democracy, which really came after the loss in 2000, because that truly was not always what we were. Because we were far more a group that simply wanted to be pragmatic, to be in the center, to ensure that we pursue just what is just for our people. The ideological thing that happened, in truth, were part of the battles within the heart of the party, because the party that had what you call the Nkrumahs that always wanted us to go the socialist way. Then the Busiais that were also in the party that wanted to go us to the right. Then of course the revolutionaries that just wanted a pragmatic center where things happen. But the point I'm making is that this party essentially is founded on social justice. And that must always remain who we are. One of the critical reasons why we won is also because the people of Ghana wanted justice restored. They saw 8 years of absolute subversion of everything that was right. Everything that was right was subverted. And they wanted, first and foremost, people punished for wrong things that they've done, in order for us to set a tone that this nation can only move forward when things are done right and when justice becomes the order of the day. So clearly, oral, as many of you have got to know, becomes one of the critical pillars on which our success is going to be established. Now, so as I came in, I heard the Attorney General speak about the fact that there is a lot of determination and pressure for oral to be accomplished right away, for people to be punished immediately, and we can appreciate part of that pressure. And the pressure itself is not wrong, because that is one of the principal reasons why a lot of people voted. So they wanted to make sure we set a tone that you cannot take a nation for granted. You cannot rule a country and do what you want with the resources of the country and decide to just misgovern. And therefore, there must be consequences. Totally agree. But if there is a group that needs to also appreciate that things must be done well, that what is worth doing well, it should be us, the NDC. Why? Because we were founded also through the same aura. The aura back in 1979. And what was the aura at the time? It was called Let the Blood Flow. That's really what it was, the same. It's that same passionate quest for blood to flow. Now the blood flow doesn't mean killing or taking people by the firing squad, but making sure people are punished. Now, when there was a cry for the blood to flow in 1979, and many of you, okay, let's say some of you were a little old to know. Many of you maybe were young or you're not even born at the time. One thing that remains to today. In fact, part of the reason why our party has had difficulty in many parts of Ghana, including here in Ashanti region, was because the leader of that uprising tried very hard to ensure that things were done patiently. But there was so much universal cry for blood that there was a moment where literally they let go. And by letting go, not everything was done right. And humans that we are, majority of those who cry for that blood to flow, after the tempest calmed down, pretended they never asked for blood to flow. Many of them became the hard enemies of this party and continue to blame this party today for some of those excesses. I'm grateful that on December 7th, we were able to win such a massive victory at the presidential and actually did what Kwame Nkrumah never conceived or never dreamt was possible, or what Rawlings actually never believed was possible, winning a minimum to third in parliament. Nobody believed that was possible. But that became a reality. It means we accomplished that despite having to go through decades of being blamed for what? Killing people who were innocent. Punishing people who were known to be punished. We carried that. What I'm trying to say is this. If we are talking about reset, it simply means this time around, when the opportunity comes, let's make sure we do it and do it well. No more simply going for blood for the sake of blood, but going for blood when truly blood needs to flow. It can no more be what happened in 1979. It cannot be. If it's to be done, it must be done well. And to be done well means it has to be thoroughly done, proper due diligence. The job must be properly done. And you are the lawyers, so you should know. If you say righteousness and justice should be the foundation, it must be. So you cannot in one breath be making proclamations that are condemning those who are on the other side, while you yourself are part of the system that want to subvert the same laws and the same constitution, the same rights things from being done. So you should be the first point of making sure things are done properly. That's the only way we can establish a society that will be truly great and strong. My first thing. My second thing is this. And Attorney General, I'm sure the pressure is mounting. We at the level of the party are picking the signals. And the signals we are picking is this. That many among us, in spite of the fact that please and the pressure coming from the public that the things have to be done properly, punishment must be exacted, and things have to be done, some among us are busy trying to cut deals with people who are supposed to be prosecuted. among us are trying to cut deals. Some are becoming conduits through whom pressure is being brought to bear on people who are supposed to do what is right. I'm not mentioning names. A time may come where we may have to. A word to the wise. Some know themselves, those who are. We are hearing your names. Think again. Because this victory was achieved largely because the people of Ghana wanted the right things done. Not for deals to be cut. For them to say, okay, now that we're on the other side, we cut deals so that tomorrow you also can get a deal cut. No, it won't happen. It's important. Because if there's anything that has gone wrong in this country, it's the fact that somehow people who are placed in positions of responsibility sometimes think that we can play games around the ordinary people. So, I mean, yeah, what is right, we can dribble around it. We can go around it. No. The people who want what is right, and what is right needs to be done. So, Attorney General, please continue to be strong. Continue to defend you and your team. If you succumb, the problem will be you. The same people who will come, oh, you know, you have to do this, we are all brothers, we are in the same school, we are friends, we are in the same community, all of us are Ghanaians. Those same people, like what happened to Rollins, he became a lonely man, blamed for things that he even didn't know anything about. Many of you, for example, know the story of how, sadly, again, one of the reasons why we were hated as embassy, and hated especially in Ashanti, was, for example, the fact that Fifi was added to the people who were executed. He had no business being added. Why? Because somebody who had his own personal agenda took advantage of that moment of difficulty and literally deceived a young flight lieutenant who needed his advice as a senior person in the military. Needed his advice. He said, no, add this person, because this person is actually at the very foundation of all the wrong things going on in society. Only later on to get to know that no, all that advice was for his own personal agenda. That's a level of wickedness, selfishness. That has been the very foundation of the rottenness of our society. So, Attorney General, please remain firm. What is right just has to be done. It has to be done in due time. It has to be done properly. So, making a plea to all of our people who are crying for blood that it must be done properly. So we can't simply rush it just because we're in a hurry. But we also have to make sure we do it by not allowing anybody to submit the process. So I just want to make these two major pleas today, and I just urge all of us to continue to rally behind the flag. I know the issues of expectation relating to employment, and I'm happy both the Chief of Staff and Attorney General have given assurances. There's always a need for patience. And sometimes patience is becoming a very scarce commodity. I can tell you, for example, when we won in 2009, many of you do not know. My good brother, who is the Chief of Staff today, the very initial period in 2009, Chief of Staff did not have a position immediately. He did not. I remember he and I, good comrades. We met, came to my office many times in 2009. I was then Deputy Finance Minister. And that time we were like, Chief, what do we do? I didn't call you Chief, I call you by another name, which I won't mention now. You know? We're thinking, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm just saying this so you can appreciate. Then eventually, I don't even think up to 2012, did you move straight into government? You remain at the tourism. Exactly. And eventually move into government, starting from the eastern region, then gradually move into state sector. So there is chief of staff. That's how life works. Some go ahead, others may start late, but your time comes when your time is due. So it's not, like you say, the race is not always for the swift. But somehow, the politics we practice today, everybody believes the race is for the swift. I must get it immediately. No. Everybody has his time. So please do what is right. What is worth doing is worth doing. And the right moment, your time will come as well. I want to thank you. Thank you very much.